Seriousness and children should be left at the door. Very little of what our hosts are about to say is factual, but will be crass. This is Till Death Do Us Nart.
I used to count down the years until I grew up, but now I'm dying in my 20s, feeling like I'm giving up. And now all of my fake ass friends think that they're cool because they're posting fat stacks and they're drinking by the pool. No, no, not me, not a fan of that disease, cause I'm an introvert and I got somewhere else to be. But oh no, not me, not afraid of that disease. I got a six-pack and I'm watching screen TV. So fuck you, fuck me, save all the animals living in the same. I'm feeling tired, I'm feeling lame, I'm getting drunk and watching anime.
What did I say last time? I said, do you want me to do one in my customer service voice?
Yes,
Do it.
absolutely.
Okay, great. Should I do a little like hand clap so there's an audio spike so Alyssa can sort through as she's editing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Welcome to well, I've already fucked up. Welcome to welcome to Till Death Do Us.
No, sorry, ma'am.
No.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Till Death Do Us Nart is the name of this podcast.
Welcome back to
Wow, you're
Two-
great,
It's the
ma'am.
two-till. It's the two-till Death Do Us Nart. A Naruto character analysis and lifestyle podcast for you at home, or on the go. It's
If you're listening to this in your car right now, God help you.
God.
So, aside from our intense Subway ASMR roleplay, how are we are discussing a new boy this week because we have decided we are going to do the 3 sanin first. So last week was Orochimaru, and this
And
week
today is Mr. Jaraiya.
it's Mr. Jaraiya.
Everyone's least favorite funny uncle, Jaraiya.
It's Jaraiya. You see, here's the thing. I'm so glad we don't have a Twitter set up right now because, so many people would be trying to add us. Like, actually, Jaraiya is a really good character, and when he died, the entire series went downhill. And I'm like,
Actually,
yeah, you can have an opinion, but I'm funnier than you,
Like,
so.
you know what? It's gonna be that like Brian David Gilbert situation where it's like you're valid and you're wrong, and you always find my comment section.
Yeah, I will say there is like a little bit of a dip in quality in the series after he died, and I will give people that. However, his writing does leave stuff to be desired.
Jiraiya's one of those very complex characters where you're like, I see you trying to be Naruto's never had like father figure, and I see you sliding into that leadership role yet again. However, you do just look at women when they're naked without consent, and that's an issue for me.
That is an issue for me.
That
Like,
is an
yeah,
issue for me.
but
Um,
here is one thing I will say before we start down this awful rabbit
before
hole.
we start, we
Um,
can't
this
just hate the man the whole time. We have to be
No.
balanced.
We have to be balanced, and also this is not a podcast for giving legitimate criticism.
That's
true. Like
that's true.
criticism. It's not.
And
It's
while
not even
there is
criticism.
much to
It's
be
stating
had,
facts.
that's not what we're here for.
It's not what we're here for. So, I guess we can start where we usually start. Where I think we should go on the round robin and everybody say one thing that they know is true about Mr. Jaraiya.
Yeah.
Alyssa, you start.
Oh, what do I know about Mr. Jaraiya? Hey, doesn't he fall for Naruto's like turning into a sexy lady gag?
I mean, yeah, I feel like, yeah, he does. Most people in the show do, though. I don't think there are many people that are men.
Obviously, Naruto.
Yeah, but how long is that? I see, Alyssa, I love you. I can't make anything funny out of that. You're just right. Like, here's the thing. I'm like, yeah, that's a true fact. I can't make a joke out of it because, like, you're just right. And that kind of, it's starting to fall into legitimate criticism again.
Oh no, this is
You
awful.
gotta make this funny, y'all.
Oh, God, you
know.
just put so much fucking weight on us. Okay, you know what? I'll put in my fact. I think his hair looks like a wig that you put in a dryer and set to high.
You're right. Well, and here's the thing.
Wait, it's like if you blow dried a wet cat but didn't brush it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what he does every morning. He's never brushed his hair.
He's never brushed his hair.
Never.
Now,
oh God, has he ever washed it?
Oh, probably, but like,
oh, I'm sure that he's washed it.
Are you
but-
sure about that though?
he goes to a lot of bathhouses, I think.
Doesn't mean much. I mean, he goes to those bathhouses to look at women.
Yeah.
That's true. Sorry, I just hate him so much.
See, I don't even hate him. Like, I'm sitting here in kind of like a very hopeless state, being like, man, I actually don't totally hate Jaraiya. There are parts of his character I like, but now that I'm put on the spot, I can't think of any, because we're so deep in the he really, really disrespects women hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess the first fact is that we need to get out of the way, because otherwise I feel like we're not going to get past it to be able to be funny. He disrespects women. That's fact number one.
I think the moral of this story, dear listeners, is that drink your respect women juice, or you'll get roasted by us. So.
Yeah. It's very easy. Oh, I have a good fact. I know that I already presented one, but this one I like a lot more because it's not as mean to Mr. Jaraiya. Because I feel like I should give him a break. I like all his toads.
He has a lot of toads.
Has a lot of toads.
So many toads.
You know that little toad that likes snacks?
Love the toad that likes snacks, the yellow one. My favorite toads are when and unfortunately they're not like big factors until Jaraiya beefs it, but or is on the path to beefing it, because you start to care about him as a character and then you know he's gonna die.
That's that's what the 5th Naruto movie is called, right? Like Naruto Road to Beefing It.
Well, no, it's Naruto Toad to beefing it.
Fuck!
No, wait, I got one. I think that if Jaraiya had lived,
yes,
he would have come out with his own brand of frozen foods.
Oh
no.
Called General Toad's Chicken.
I gotta leave. I leave the call right now.
Okay, I'm gonna make like a big like door sound, and that's me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. So now that we've got that little wart out of our system.
He likes toads, and I think that might be his most redeemable quality.
Oh, absolutely.
My favorite part about the Jaraiya character arc was when actually, thinking on it, he wasn't present, but Naruto spent a lot of time with his toad friends, and that was real fun. Right, what I was saying about his little fuckers that he has, the 2 of them, they're married, and they sit on his shoulders. They look like hand puppets.
Yes.
The rest of the toads, I will say, look like toads or frogs or something of the like. But the 2 that he's best friends with straight up look like hand puppets. I don't think they have legs. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have legs.
Well, I actually know a lot about that because, in this group, I am the person who holds the most Jim Henson knowledge possible.
You have that? Well, yes.
Well, and as you know, just like we brought up in our last episode, when we were talking about the Bear in the Big Dirt House curse mark, this is another part of the Jim Henson collaboration with, like, Naruto as a series.
Right.
Where
I did forget that, yeah.
Yeah, those toads are related to Kermit. However, I think they are only related to him by marriage because they are toads. which is
Okay.
different from frog.
Which of Jiraiya's toads married into Kermit's family?
Okay, because that does imply that there is a frog in there somewhere.
Or
But
that a
which
toad
frog?
married a frog. If they're related to Kermit by marriage, that means one of Jiraiya's toads married one of Kermit's frog family.
Well, because those two old-ass toads, well, they're fucking old-ass toads, this must have been,
Yeah.
like, way back. So, like, I'm not even sure that those legendary Muppet ancestors are super well known.
Oh, like we're talking like deep Jim
Like,
Henson
way
lore.
deep Jim
Like
Henson.
back when he was still doing like TV commercials and like public access. Well,
Well,
it's always public access because Muppets.
public access.
Um,
But actually, the cut I was going for was more of, we're talking about the deep Naruto lore, where the Muppets were a thing in the Naruto universe, but like
well, yeah, but no,
thousands
but that's
of
what I'm
years
saying
ago.
is Jim Henson's Muppets in the early days were also like they go together. It's sort of like I think we're looking at it as though they are perpendicular, as though they have intersected, but they are parallel lines.
Oh my god.
Are
But
they
instead of
intertwined?
they are intertwined parallel lines, which is geometrically possible. Look it up.
That's not parallel lines go directly. Parallel lines never cross.
Wait.
They're-
But,
we are talking about fucking
no.
perpendicular lines here.
Sarah, no.
What?
Hold on, Alina.
No.
Are you
Okay, yes.
No. Are you suggesting
yes.
that these lines are as a double helix?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, you're so fucking right. Yes.
Yeah. It is the double helix of Jim Henson Naruto universe in which the connecting piece is Jiraiya, right?
Yes.
Because he has the toads. And he is also the puppet masters because they come out of his shoulders. They have no legs. He is controlling their hand puppets.
Yes.
That is the secret of those two toads. It is just Jiraiya. He does the little voices. If you look under the table during those scenes, you can see Jiraiya down there.
God, guys, wouldn't it be so great if like puppet ninjas were a thing we could make jokes about in Naruto canon?
Now, listen, you've brought up something really interesting because little known fact, and I had to go deep into the bowels of like original Reddit to find this one. There is actually precedence for okay, so the war that like is the big one in Naruto, the 5th Great Ninja War.
The 4th Great Ninja War.
We had right, the 4th one. It's the 4th one, that's right, because the sanin were in the 3rd one. And then you had the 2nd one, and I don't remember what that one was about. But the first one, you can fucking quote me on this, was between the puppet ninjas and the Muppet ninjas. And now this is controversial. Listen, the puppet ninjas, now a lot of them that we've seen, we have Gaara's brother Kankuro. We have that fucker from the Akatsuki who I thought was Gaara when I was 13, but his name's Sasori.
Okay, wait. We're gonna save some of these jokes for the Kankuro and Sasori
No, that's
episode?
fine. Because listen, this is about Muppets. That's fine. It's fine. Listen, I have a lot of jokes.
Here's the thing. This is too deep a vein to deny. We have to search into this.
They all connect. It's an intertwined and beautiful web.
It's all connected.
It's all part of the lore. It's all part of the lore that we're building. So you have, but these people, right? A lot of them, I noticed, they come from like the Sand Village, right? Now, what do we know about the Sand Village? It's dry. That's all we know about it. It's dry and there's sand.
They have geometric architecture.
They have geometric architecture. All their little buildings are just lovely. It's dry. They have sand, and they have puppet ninjas. Now, if we look at the Muppet ninjas, we bring back in Jaraiya. What is he like? Toads and frogs, moist environments, hot springs. Do you see where I'm going with this? They are diametrically opposed as people. And so of course they would fight.
So you're telling me that the Toads are always destined to follow the last remaining Muppet Ninja?
Yes. That's what, and
So you're telling
that's what it
me
means to be
that
the Toad
Naruto
Sage.
is a Muppet
That's what it
Ninja?
means to be the Toad Sage. You are the last Muppet Ninja. Now listen, Jim Henson was the first. We all know this.
Yes. So Jim Henson was the first Toad
He was the
Sage.
first Toad Sage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. We're really cracking this open. Kishimoto tried to hide this
Kishimoto
shit from
tried
us.
to
Do you
bury
fucking
it,
believe it?
but we're unearthing it.
Hold
Yeah.
up.
Alyssa's got something. What is it?
Hold up. What does that make Frank Oz?
Oh fuck. Frank Oz is Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Only isn't Frank Oz like the guy who like controlled Yoda?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Only Orochimaru could do
Only
that.
this is very true.
Yes. Oh, I'm an old man. I live in a swamp. I'm so funny.
What am I saying? What am I saying? Swamp, wet environment. Yoda, Frank Oz, Jim Henson, Jaraiya, Toad Sage.
Wait, Alyssa's trying to communicate. Wait.
Why has no anime ever hired Frank Oz as a voice actor though? I just think.
Now listen, do we know that for sure?
Yeah, actually,
I'm gonna Google search Frank Oz.
Oh my God,
Frank Oz anime, and I'm sure that that's gonna come up with normal search results.
That's gonna come up with great.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to
for
images.
you, I'm sure.
Right. So what I am seeing is actually a lot of the Wonderful Wizard of Oz animation, which is not what I'm looking for.
No, not what I'm looking for.
Unfortunately, not a lot for anime.
Oh, is he really only in like the Muppets and Knives Out, and that's it?
Frank Oz was in Knives Out.
He was.
Who the fuck was he?
He was the will reader.
Right.
Oh my god.
Because he was
right.
pulling the strings in that movie too.
Fuck. Okay, so circling back, Frank Oz is Orochimaru, and Jim Henson was Toad Sage.
He passed it on to Jaraiya, who passed it on to Naruto.
Now who is? Oh my god, Naruto's Frank Oz.
Cyclical storytelling. That's what it's all about.
Cyclical storytelling. That's what it's all about.
And there's the first bleep of the episode.
Oh man, we got it.
Oh man, we finally brought him up. Anyway, so God, I think we've mined the Muppet vein dry. I have given 2 Jaraiya facts. Alyssa has given 1 Jaraiya fact. Alina, have you given a Jaraiya fact?
I have not given a Jaraiya fact.
What do you know about this boy?
What do you know about
I think
Jaraiya?
the better question is, what do I wish that I didn't know about Jaraiya?
What's your least favorite Jaraiya?
My least,
other than that he doesn't respect.
Other than that he doesn't respect women, I think that my least favorite Jaraiya fact is that he just writes a lot of porn, and people are buying it.
Oh yeah,
including but not limited to Kakashi.
He certainly does.
Yeah, Kakashi does buy it, and he reads it religiously.
He reads it.
I will say, great factor relating into that is that the filler episode, which I choose to believe is totally canon, that really explains to us the quality of Jiraiya's writing, is probably that one where Naruto, as a 13-year-old boy who we're only 40% sure knows how to read and write, does manage to finish Jiraiya's new novel draft for him and send it to the publisher, and it got fucking published.
Yeah.
And that is canon. That is real. That is not me like being facetious like I often am when talking about this topic. Like, no. The quality of his sex writing is what a 13-year-old boy would write.
No. You know what's horrible is it's worse because he liked Naruto's writing better than his own, remember?
Oh fuck, man. You're right.
So the worst.
Oh my god.
So not
this is
only
bad for him.
Is he, and I shouldn't be surprised because things like this happen quite often. But is that not only does he write a lot of very, very poorly written porn, but it is being published and purchased because he can afford to continue doing it. How many copies do you think he sells? Because I am on the Wikipedia page for Ichi Ichi Romance, which is of
Yes.
course the the
I
names of
think
his little publications,
His series.
series.
Yes, his little
I
publication.
think I
Alyssa,
think
what
to
is it?
answer this I think to answer this question, we have to look at fan fiction websites.
Oh,
No,
I
we
don't.
absolutely do fucking not.
Are
No.
you?
I
No, I'm
refuse
just
to darken
saying.
that door, but make your point. I want to pitch it.
I'm just saying, how many pieces of writing are on those websites?
A lot.
Now,
But how many of them are making money?
No, the question here isn't about money, it's about viewership.
that's
Okay,
true.
keep
But
going.
there's no internet in Naruto, is there?
Wait, fuck.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty
I
sure it
think
would
there
have
is some
come up
kind
if
of internet, but it's
it's
not.
not accessible.
There is some kind of internet, but it's like strictly for like communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, like their entire society, not to get like serious lore for a second, but like their entire society seems to be like focused around military conquest, and thus most technology is used for that reason.
Yeah.
And the only TV we've ever seen was in a background of house, and it didn't seem to be in use.
I will posit that there is internet, but it is solely powered by like one Yamanaka and like covered in tinfoil.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's just like the one Yamanaka family
Yeah.
member who their body is covered in tinfoil at all times, and they have had to hear so many awful
They've
things.
oh no. Jiraiya's been posting it just to the forum boards for years. That poor Yamanaka. It's just a really old Yamanaka covered in tinfoil.
Okay, now this introduces a situation much like The Giver, in which one singular Yamanaka clan is chosen every generation to take upon
The internet.
sins of the theoretical Naruto internet upon like their
Most
body
of
and
which
mind.
is used
And they're in
for Jiraiya posting his romance novels.
yes, absolutely. Like every time he does anything, they lose like 5 years of their life.
Now, I do want to loop back around to something that Alyssa mentioned, and that is the concept of fan fiction. Because
Okay,
while
let's keep going.
while I know that this is a difficult path that we tread, as I said, I am on the Wikipedia page for the Ichi Ichi series written by our man
Oh no,
Jiraiya.
is there fan fiction?
Now, I would not say fan fiction, but I would say that the series itself is fan fiction, written by Jiraiya
Oh my god, you're
about
actually fucking
himself,
right.
because it is
It is self-insert
self-insert
fanfic.
fan fiction about the love life he wishes he had.
Hi, this is the Galaxy Brain conversation we're ever going to have on this.
This is the worst
podcast?
reality, because do you realize who Jiraiya is? He's one of those people that writes fan fiction about real life people, and the real life person is himself and other people who exist.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like coping with this. We have to run right now. I thought
this episode would be
might,
fun.
like me a little better, and now I'm like, oh my god, Jaraiya really is not the kind of person that I would talk to in real life. And like, you know what? It makes me kind of mad because his titty's kind of fat though.
Oh man. See, here's the thing, Sarah. It's been months since I've looked at a picture of him. Let's look up Jiraiya.
He's like one of the few
Naruto?
like Naruto characters
Fat
with like defined
tits?
muscle.
Question mark.
He's got big boobs.
Wow, I'm surprised to hear you admit it though.
Here's the thing. I'm a connoisseur of big anime tit men. Like he's like one of the people with larger frames.
Oh no.
Alina, what did you fucking do?
Unrelated.
Did you not think before you Googled Jaraiya fat tits?
I did think, and yet I was still shocked and surprised by what I found there. So let's instead just Google search Jiraiya Naruto. I'm sure that will be a little bit better, right?
Wait, are we gonna play that game where we just search the character's name and see how long it takes?
No, because I don't want to see. Listen, given the turn that my life has taken in the last 45 seconds, I don't want to play that game because I've already gotten an eyeful. So
Hold on, I'm just gonna. Here's the thing. I'm the expert at finding boobs, so hold on. I mean, I know Alina found.
I found them, but not in
like,
the way I wanted to.
Yeah, like I said, he's one of the few characters with like legitimate defined muscle in the series. He's like a bulky dude, so he's got fat
He's got
tits
fat tits.
by Naruto standards.
Now, he's got fat tits. Some would argue, I suppose, that he has a fat heart.
He does have a fat
and
heart. Here's the thing.
that's the
Cornflake
difficulty
is a little confused
because
but he's got the spirit.
he's got the spirit of many toads and himself. What I find so difficult, and it would be endearing if it didn't cause the fourth great ninja war, is that he really tries to be a father figure to like kids that he just kind of picks up along the way. But he's not good at it, is he?
He doesn't follow through.
He doesn't follow through.
He's good at it, but he doesn't follow through. He just kind of leaves
a lot of
orphans.
He does
lying around.
That's a theme with the sanin so far, isn't it? Oh no, he leaves orphans lying around and Orochimaru picks him up.
Oh my god. Wait, has Tsunade ever left an orphan lying around?
I think she's maybe the only one who hasn't left an orphan lying around.
Yeah, no, of course she doesn't, because she's the only one with her fucking shit together.
God, you're right.
Like, out of the Sonian dynamic, like, there are those people that, like, all knew each other in high school and were really, really tight. But then, like, Tsunade is the only one that goes to college, and then she comes back to town, and both of them have been to jail at least fucking twice while she's been gone. Oh my god,
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, now here's the thing. And we can't, no, listen, I'm not going to get into the fact that Tsunade for sure doesn't have her shit together, because we can get into that next week.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't, but like compared to her friends, oh my god, she looks so much better.
God, you're right.
Hey, so I'm looking at pictures of Jiraiya right now, and something that did fuck me up that I managed to completely forget about his character design is his weird little face paint things. Which I do actually really like. They're a fun little part of his character design, and they have like gotten bigger over his lifetime.
They have.
However, I forgot that like they go all the way down his fucking face. Like they don't just kind of stop mid cheek, like in my brain, like they're supposed to. Like they go all the way down his jawline, and it looks very awkward sometimes when he moves his mouth.
They get bigger when they cover most of his face when he goes big frog mode, because it like covers it.
Do they?
Yeah, because I'm looking at a picture of it now. His frog mode is essentially just his face, but he gets warts on his nose, and his little eye makeup covers like from forehead to cheek on either side of his face. Well, from forehead to chin on either side of his face. Which is a bold eyeliner move. And honestly, I think that the second that any cosmetics brand can invent a type of eyeliner that like you draw on normally, whatever your preferred shape is, that then expands to cover the majority of your face when you enter your sage mode, as we all do from time to time, I think that
I entered my sage mode like 2 weeks ago.
So like I think that
what are we so what are we the sages of?
Fat tits. At least in my department. Every time I start thinking about fat titties really hard, I do my fat titty no jutsu. And like you might think that like that fat titty no jutsu allows my titties to get fat, and that's not actually the case. It lets me find the man with the fattest tits in the area and like transports me like right to it and just lets me smack my little pizza hands on them, and then I like mysteriously disappear.
It really just
And that's the fat titty no
hones in on
jutsu.
it. So Sarah's the sage of fat tits. I feel like I'm the sage of naturally occurring mummies.
Yeah, you absolutely fucking are. You're the mummy sage.
The mummy sage. Just a dry, moist, doesn't matter if it's mummified, I'm there. Doesn't even have to be a body. It can just be on a bread or some shit. I'm there.
I think mine's the least interesting because I think I'm just the cat sage.
That's cute,
That's
legitimately.
cute and most
Alyssa, you're
likely
the
to
only one who
succeed as a
actually came up with something
Naruto
good.
character.
Yeah, that actually works. Hey, also had a really horrifying reminder of how big Jiraiya is compared to a lot of characters.
God.
Because in my brain I'm like, oh yeah, Kakashi's pretty tall, right? And then hold on, I need to drop an image. I know this isn't good listening, and I know this is fucking like comedy poison, but like ignore the weird boob joke going on. What the fuck? Why is he so fucking big?
He's
Yeah,
large.
he's big.
He's
That's
Here's
why...
the thing. I'm gonna pin this and we can post it
Yeah,
on our Twitter
he's
when we
big.
get one.
Yeah, he's big.
Now,
Yeah, like here's the thing. He's big. He's got fat titties. He never put them to use. Never.
now one thing.
Why can't I pin this?
I'm pinning it. I think I can.
Why can't I pin it?
Because I'm the admin.
But everybody should be able to
only
pin.
admins can.
That's fucking dumb. Anyway.
Now, because I am scrolling on the Ichicha Wikipedia page.
Oh yeah, we've been there a while, haven't
yeah,
we?
we've been here, but I think now there are a few little romance novels, and they all have, of course, their little plots worked out. But I think to kind of wrap up my question, which isn't even really a question, it's more a fact about Jiraiya, is that he writes a lot of romance novels. What are your favorite? Which ones are your favorite Icha romance novels?
That implies that I can tell the difference between any of them. However, I will admit I liked the movie better. You know, the canonical movie that's confirmed to have been made in the filler episode where they try to get Kakashi to take his mask off. Which also does imply that these books are selling well enough to have a movie made from them. But I don't know how that movie is suitable to show in theaters. Which
it premiered. I don't remember if they let children in to see the premiere in Naruto, but
shit, wait, is that like an entire other like filler like note that they carry on that the Icha movie came out and like there was an episode about them seeing it?
Was there?
Icha Violence got a movie. It received a film adaptation.
Man, I actually think Icha Violence is probably my favorite. That sounds like one I would like. Yeah. I might actually enjoy it. See, and there's also the plot point. God, I don't want to bring up the plot point that makes me sad because, like, I know that Naruto is named after the protagonist of Jiraiya's first novel he wrote.
Failed novel.
His first failed novel.
Oh God!
But like, I don't think that was a part of the Icha series. I think that was like a story he wrote, and it didn't do well.
His first book failed so bad that he resorted to writing awful fan fiction for the rest of his life. And you know what, guys? I think that might make him relatable.
I think that absolutely makes him relatable.
I think we've struck upon the thing that makes Jaraiya tolerable.
Exactly. He wrote.
I knew there was a reason I liked this guy.
Like, I do like him. Like, I feel like people listening to this episode will be like, "Oh yeah, they all just like Jiraiya." And like, no, I do like this weird old man, but I could not tell you why. I think he just kind of grew on me.
Also, thought of something funny. Now I know, Sarah, you talked about how you think that
Uh-huh.
your favorite Icha Icha romance novel is Icha Icha Violence. Now, uh, I would like to politely but firmly inform you that you are wrong because your favorite one,
Yeah.
now you may not have heard of this one, but your favorite and everyone's favorite Icha Icha romance novel is Icha Icha Cowboys. And
Fuck, you're right. There's Icha Cowboy. Maybe this novel series does have something to it. Oh my god. Guys, I just realized something. Jiraiya is the Chuck Tingle of the Naruto universe.
Oh, no, don't do that.
putting aside the fact that Chuck
Don't-
Tingle respects
no.
women.
Why are you stopping me? Do you think that's an insult to Chuck Tingle?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Here's the thing. No, but Chuck Tingle is better than Jiraiya. Jiraiya wishes he could be Chuck Tingle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Chuck Tingle. Because here's the thing. But their
You're right.
writing quality is the same.
You're right.
Yeah, like Alyssa, I know you've never read a Tingler, but I would say that the quality is about the same. Unless Alyssa, you have
here's
been
the
reading
thing,
Tinglers
if you
behind our back
have,
and just not telling us.
we accept
Maybe.
it. There's no judgment here.
There's no judgment.
Now-
Everybody loves Tingler.
Just right now, I'm making the same face as that one meme of the what's the series with the cow?
There's a lot of series with cows. Do you mean
backyard.
Barnyard?
Barnyard.
Yeah, the perhaps.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing, Alyssa. Which Tingler was it?
It was Icha Icha Cowboys because we've all read that because it was required.
Yeah,
reading,
okay,
and it was required reading
okay, yes.
in the history class
yes,
we
yes.
took on the Muppets and how they intersect with Naruto as part of our respective history and
No,
psychology
Yeah,
degrees.
we both had to read it.
I should tell y'all that I did not read one of them. I have been listening to the podcast.
Yo, for real?
No, actually, I'm messing with y'all.
I was about to say, I'm like, Alyssa, I know you. And like, you don't sit through that kind of stuff well. I'm so sorry. Like, it would disgust you. Like, me and Alina, despite how disgusting we are, we could not even sit through more than one episode in a dark room, like, together, because it was just kind of horrifically awkward.
Show,
Like, it's an artful show, but that's like alone time listening, but like not like sexy alone time. It's like
a time for self-reflection and
else.
respect.
Like, also, I like to listen to podcasts on my lunch breaks at the office, and no.
Yeah, couldn't do that there. Definitely couldn't do it in your car.
I can do it in my car if I was by myself.
No, because if you listen to a Tingler and then you make eye contact with someone walking across the Kroger parking lot, you can't really go back. It's like seeing your best friend's nipples. There is no return from that. Emotionally and like metaphysically,
there's no return. It's past the point, no return.
You're
connected
to that
now.
person in a way that they will never understand, and that's not fair to you or them or Mr. Chuck Tingle.
That's not fair to you. They
saw you tingling,
like, bro. They saw you tingling.
They don't know I'm tingling.
Maybe.
I think we can start wrapping it up.
We can start wrapping it up, y'all, actually.
Can I be legitimately sentimental about Jaraiya before we wrap it up? Because I want to like redeem him just a little bit. Because, you know, yeah, like, okay, there was that one, I think it is actually in a filler, but like, I think a lot of people watch this one anyway, because it was about him. He did something in it that probably really isn't relevant to the plot. But at the end of the conversation, the end of the episode, he has a conversation with this woman he had a battle with. And essentially she had like given him a marriage proposal and he had refused it. Which is for Jaraiya, you know, if you don't know him super well at this point, like, oh, haha, that's weird. You know, you like women and shit like that. Why would you just deny a marriage proposal with this pretty lady? And of course they have a very amicable, respectful conversation about it. And he says, yeah, he's like, I can't accept your proposal because I'm in love with somebody back home. And she's like, wow, you know, for you to be able to like pass this up for her, she must be really special. And he's like, yeah, but she doesn't love me back. And she's like, well, that's fucking weird. What's your deal? And he's like, no, it's okay. I don't mind. Like, and you know, he's talking about Tsunade, and he's like, yeah, I've been in love with her since we were like little, but you know, she didn't always like me back, and I was fine with that. And I've just kind of always been happy to be by her side. And she's been hurt over and over and over and keeps losing people and keeps losing people. And he's like, I know how much that's hurt her. And I never expect any kind of emotional reciprocation from her. I never would, because he's like, she's not capable of that. Me asking her to do that is selfish and bad and something that not somebody who loves her would do to her. And essentially he just says, he's like, as long as I can make sure that she feels loved at some point in her life and like to make her happy somehow, I'm fine. He's like, I would never push anything on her that she doesn't want. And hey guys, that's love. That is love, actually.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, it's the right woman. Like, his love for her is legitimate and it's very special.
It is something, and it is good.
It is something.
And I think
it's very devoted.
If anything can be taken from this episode, from its highs and its lows, that is Jaraiya in essence. Not enough, but something. And good.
Not enough, but there's something. Like cornflakes.
He's got a lot of spirit,
but he's got the spirit. Oh
Hey,
God!
So I think we should wrap this up though.
Yeah.
Okay, Lena, why don't you take us out by wrapping up what we've learned this episode?
Today we've learned several things about our friend Jaraiya. Man loves a frog. Loves a toad too. And despite the many conflicts that the Muppet ninjas have had with the puppet ninjas, he has overcome that to pass on his knowledge to Naruto, which can be seen throughout the series. It gets Naruto out of many a tight spot. He writes a lot of porn. It's not very good, but there is a lot of it, and there's something to be said for that. And even though he just doesn't quite fucking get it, he does put in some effort sometime.
Sometimes, like bars on the ground.
And you know what? You can't hate him for it all the time.
Now, as an upward note on this episode, which I think has been rough for everyone involved,
Especially
we're doing
Jaraiya.
Tsunade next week. Especially Jaraiya. We're doing Tsunade.
This has been Till
I'm
Death
not
Do
sure
Us
if our
Part.
schedule is going to be weekly or bi-weekly at this point,
Yeah,
but
we'll figure it out.
Next time.
Join us next time for an episode about Miss Tsunade.
Miss Tsunade.
This has been Till Death Do
All
Us Part. Lifestyle podcast.
Till Death Do Us Snart is a 103 Ghouls production podcast. It is created and produced by 3 women who are completely off their rocks. Theme song is Drunk Punch Man by Bullmoose. Find it and other songs by Bullmoose on Spotify, iTunes, and Bandcamp. To support the show, consider donating to our Patreon, which can be found in the show notes. If you can't, believe me, we understand. Please consider subscribing to us on YouTube, sharing the link to the show, and above all, talking us up on social media. We really appreciate the support. Oh, and one more thing. Thanks for listening.